Put our saw back in. Lock it in place. Our 4-point locks. We have the dust collection. For this, I'm going to make some 24-inch door fronts. This is just glued up boards. I'm just going to come to 24 inch. Now, bring our guide up. And again, this little guide is exactly in line with the saw blade. We know we are exactly 24 inches. Make sure it's tight against the steps. We set our 1/4 inch, drop the blade so the guard just touches the saw depth guide, lock it up. Now we can see, because this is only a 40-tooth blade, and because it is such a perfectly aligned cut, we can see that even with just 40-tooth blade, that makes a nice, perfect, smooth cut with no burning, no saw blade marks. That's a nice cut. We're going to make one more of these. Just use this one as a template. As before, we bring it through. Use our saw gauge. And up to the mark. Punch it. Lock the saw a 1/4 inch. So now what we want to do is set up the router. And that's pretty simple to do. Take our 2 guides. Remember, I have stops underneath so that my cutout for my router is always in the same position. Once you do the setup for one door panel, obviously you can do it for multiple door panels. So we're going to clamp this in place. Now, what we want is this to slide back and forth smoothly, but with no side-to-side play. Now, we're just going to lay it out. I'm just going to do a simple dado just to give you the idea. And we're going to do a 2-inch inset. So I draw my mark and I put an X on the side that I want the rotor bit to be on. And this side, 2 inches. Mark the mark line for an X. 2 inches, X. 2 inches, and an X. Now, obviously we need a router. We're going to take this all out. Lock it in all 4 corners again, like before. And we're going to set up the rotor stop just like we did last time. We're going to do something a little bit different this time. So we want to make sure that the very outside of the bit facing the first mark. Right there. And then over to our second mark. Okay, so that takes care of this direction. Now we need to do the other 2 directions. And so we're going to change our rotor bit direction so that it's pointing to the very outside. Now, also comes with the machine are 2 panel stops. These panel stops are exactly what they say. Place that panel stop there. Place this panel stop here. So now what we've just done is we've created a X and Y full pattern. So all we need to do now is router. You can set the depth on your router. You can use any bit you want for any kind of style you want. We can do the outsides, we can do the insides, we can do side cutters to cut for stile and rail type doors, for insets, for 1/4-inch panel inserts. With the router, you can basically do anything. With an XY configuration, it's limitless. With this particular machine, because you have clamping rails, you can actually set your rotor, make yourself a jig, so now you can cut arcs. So there's virtually nothing you can't do. But let's see how we make out with this. do more panels, and all you would really do is put that in this way. This panel will slide right out. And there you go, there's your first cut. Now I can go over and over and over that same cut, and it'll come out exactly the same. I can do all the edging. I can put another bit in and fancy up the edge. I can scallop the edge. I can do anything I want because I have full X and Y. Now the really nice thing about it, the rotor is top mounted. You can always see your cut in progress. So if you noticed, I had a bit of a knot here, and I worked the knot back and forth. When your sheet's upside down on a typical rotor table, you can't see what's happening. So if it came to a situation like knots, I may or may not create terror. With this, I'm able to work the knot. So now, if we popped in the second door, because we've already created the setup, we can basically put this in and we can start all over again. So, let's do that.